Happy Labor Day, everybody. I'm sure it's happier for some than others, especially parents getting to have their kids go back to school tomorrow in most places. Being in the house to themselves for about 6 to 8 hours a day again. Anyways, today I think I'm going to talk about trade-in dilemmas. So, having tested in the FJR, I really like the FJR. It's comfortable, it's very strong acceleration, but it's over $15,000. Then there's the Concourse. Nice in its own rights, but I don't think it's a bike that I don't think I'm going to upgrade to that bike. Then there's the Ninja 1000. Nice bike. Nice power, comfortable ergonomics. I love the windscreen on that thing. Basically 3 screens in one. You don't need to buy an aftermarket screen that only meets half your needs half the time. Then there's the FZ1. The FZ1 would be probably as close as I could get to my still riding my current bike, the FZ6R. The FZ1's amazing acceleration, pretty good wind protection with that windscreen, and then it's a nice, relatively tall bike, so it fit my body nicely. But while it's a fair price, the cheapest one I was able to find for a 2013 Cobalt Blue was about $9,200 out the door, which again is not a bad price. It's pretty fair, I think. Where I could get that Ninja 1000 for $7,500 out the door, $6,999 before all tax settle license, and the dealer offered me $3,800 on my FC6R. Nice value, but I've always said I really love this bike, except for the seat, which is pretty standard with all motorcycles. The bike is comfortable. It's got plenty of power to get you in a lot of legal trouble. I mean, 0 to 60 in a claimed 3.8 seconds. And I think I have been able to do about 4 seconds, 0 to 60, before my gearing change. Now it's probably more like 4.3 seconds or something. But I don't try to do that very often because it'll just put extra strain on the chain. I usually just accelerate as relatively normal. But again, $3,800 is what I was offered on this bike. I got a new side fairing down here to replace the one that was scratched up after my crash. I know some people make comments about the 6R saying it's kind of an ugly bike, but you know what? I like it. I think she's a beautiful bike. She's a little heavy, but she's beautiful, and she carries the weight well. And now that I've replaced the fairing on her, I've never fallen out of love with this bike. Never. But now that I got the new fairing on again, she's even more beautiful again. It's my first bike. I'm really scared I have regrets of trading her in. I'd kind of like to be able to get a second bike and just put her away, ride her from time to time, so that she doesn't feel neglected. Gotta love Sweet Caroline, named after that, I forget who sings the song, but if you listen to that song, it makes sense if you listen to the words. But I don't want to make her feel neglected. neglected. But that Ninja is so tempting. It's probably about another inch higher than this, or inch taller than this bike. So it'd be real nice for me at stops. It's 1000 cc or 1043 cc, about 122 horsepower versus 599 cc, and I think it's 64 horsepower, which again is plenty more than you need. But hey, American culture, more is better. Or Tim the Toolman Taylor culture. But if I keep this bike, which I really do want to have to get the Buick touring screen to be a little higher. Also, I would think that would help me going into the cold part season now. Excuse me, my throat's kind of scratchy. But that should hopefully help with deflecting some of the wind. I want to get hand guards to try to block some of the cold air that's going to be coming on my hands within the next month. And then I'd want to get new handlebar risers, like raise this up and back another inch, like so I can sit more up straight like on the Ninja, because it'd just be more comfortable for longer rides. And then eventually, no different than the Ninja, I'd like to get a Corbin seat. If I hold off, then I'm thinking next year I'm going to go for the FJR, or if they have a 2014 FZ1. If I don't do it next year, then the following year I definitely would do the FJR. And if I do the FJR, I could actually have this bike and the FJR for the same monthly cost on insurance as I could have that Ninja. And the FJR's got just as much horsepower. It's got more CCs, but the heavier weight can offset. So, and then it'd be easier for my wife and I to be able to go on trips like up to the North Shore or something like that. So, dilemmas. What to do? In all honesty, I probably will end up just keeping this bike and hold off on the Ninja. Just because if I'm saying I love this bike, I like riding it, I don't want to lose my first bike. If I trade her in, I have a strong feeling I'll have a lot of regrets, or let's say seller's regret. Yeah, I can always get another FZ6R, but it won't be my first bike. So we'll have to see. Oh, besides the fact I have the HID projector light in here, so I've got better nighttime visibility than with the stock headlight, which I don't know how good the stock headlight is on the Ninja, but I'm assuming it's probably not that great from things I've read on the rider forums for the Ninja. I'd probably have to upgrade to Silver Star Ultra headlights or something. What do you think I should do? For anyone that watches this, keep this bike for sentimentality, and it is a sweet bike for commuting. I commute about 50 miles each way to work, 4 days a week, and I get about anywhere from 48 to 52 miles per gallon on this bike. The estimated mileage per gallon on this bike is 43. I again get 48 to 52. The estimated on the Ninja is 41, so I probably get a little bit more, but probably not the same as on this bike. But anyways, post a comment. Tell me what you think. Keep your first bike so you don't have regrets of getting rid of it. And just save up more money and buy the second bike outright rather than getting a discount by trading in. I'd like to hear what other people think or what they've done in their situations, if they have the same kind of mentality of sentimental emotions of the first bike. The other thing about the Ninja versus this thing is valve checks on the FZ6R here are, I think it's every 26,600 miles. On the Ninja it's every 15,000 miles. Sorry. So I'd be having that expensive service almost twice as often. This sucks too. Labor Day, as I said earlier, unfortunately means I've only got about a month and a half of riding left, typically. Last year I was lucky and I was able to ride all the way up until the day after Thanksgiving when it was finally getting kind of too cold, and I did the final maintenance and cleaning, put her away for the year. Typically it's cold enough and we have snow on the ground close to around Halloween on average. So unfortunately that means, yeah, probably only about a month and a half, if I'm lucky, 2 months left of riding. And then unfortunately she goes away November, December, January, February, March, and hopefully that's it. Now if it's like this year, then it's November, December, January, February, March, April, May. This has been a bad season for riding. Very short. Unfortunately, we still had snow on the ground here in Minnesota. And where I live, we still had snow on the ground and ice on covering up the lakes for fishing opener. So, wasn't fun.